Please do consider it. And after you do, please hit your serve as well. The second half of this program is going to be devoted to all of your questions. So when we get to that point, Cynthia Connolly, who's moderating today, please give Cynthia, please welcome Cynthia to the stage. Yeah. We'll do a little lineup over here for questions, and we'll try to get to as many as possible. If you have a question, you want to text one of us. Are we doing text questions tonight?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, okay. 330-541-5794 is the number. And you can always lock that into your phone. It's like the City Club questions. And then whenever you're live streaming a City Club forum, you can send your questions in as well, whether you're in the room or not. So 330-541-5794 is the number. I think that's sitting next to
introduced, so unless they truly care about your workplace. But yeah, I think specifically in the nonprofit sector, I mean, they need better pay. These organizations are understaffed, and while their CEOs go and express all these great values, when it comes to culinary workers, there are, certainly trade unions, but they're providing sort of wraparound services. And this is what I hope that our labor movement becomes, that we are the go-to for different resources. In Nevada, they're helping those folks become U.S. citizens. They're teaching them English. They're doing, all these wraparound services, and it makes the unions way more valuable than they are now, just through collective bargaining. And it becomes, their primary source of, for resources in the country. So
that's interesting, because it's sort of going back to old school labor, right? The labor classes, all of that kind of stuff. The old Youngstown labor movements, right? They used to do the continuing education, the wraparound services, all that kind of stuff.
Right. Go ahead. Well, the only thing maybe I would add too on that is related to, really who and what is like an organized worker. And so, I think the question was about protecting undocumented workers and how they join a union. A lot of undocumented workers, they work in an agricultural setting, which is not protected by the NLRB. Like many of the folks that we're talking here tonight, they don't have do not full stop have access to union work for a lot of them. And so that gets to a question related to who is a union organizer. I would say anyone who comes together in their workplace and calls the question, I'd like to come together and do something together, that's a union organizer. The first person who goes to the coffee break room and starts whispering, what would it be like if things were better here? That's a union organizer. Like, to me, that is a union organizer.
You are taking us to church.
And so, that's the thing, is the enemy is at the gate. Like, the enemy is at the gate. The 6 Walton family members own 50%, more than 50, what is it? They own more money than 50% of the rest of us do. So this notion of parsing out who's in a union, who's not in a union, who's a union organizer, who's not an organizer, we need to be raising an army. And we have to be building a tent that is big enough to bring everyone with us. So the question of how do we get undocumented folks into a union? Well, maybe we fucking can't, because the labor law is not there. The bureaucracy sucks. The NLRB is dead, limping along. So we have to
challenge their legal status.
Yeah, and their legal status, so we have to invite people in whatever way they can come, and in whatever way they want to join us. And if people want to step into their power, how dare we say, sorry, you didn't do that the right way, or you didn't come in the right way, or we don't like it the way you did it. How dare we? We need everybody. So that's my
Go ahead. I just wanted to point out, there was a lot of discussion about not-for-profits and people that support, you have to build up support. There are large corporations that are not-for-profit that contract out to different entities, and they are not-for-profit, so they benefit from contracting out. So we don't, I just wanted to make that distinction because we have very large corporations that are not for profit and smaller corporations that are not for profit, and they have two different priorities.
Sure.
Yeah.
Are there
Sure.
different approaches for those?
I would say, I know we've seen that like UH, that they've contracted, I mean, it's just another unionizing strategy.
Right.
Contract out, make their, who's your boss? Who's
Well, the misclassification
Yes,
that's,
and then-
with the changes in the NLRB,
Yes.
it's more and more classify you as a subcontractor, classify you as an independent contractor, classify you as essentially a gig worker, right?
Isn't
that's
that
where-
the whole structure of Uber and
Yeah,
Lyft and
100%.
Yeah.
100%. But it's also increasingly the structure of large nonprofits, higher education, a whole, that's opening a whole other can of worms. And that misclassification is happening more and more and more. And the surveillance ties into it as well, by the way, because those are the most surveilled groups, those contractors.
All right. That is all we have time for today. Thank you once again for joining us at the Happy Dog. Forums like this one are made possible thanks to generous support from individuals like you. You can learn more about how to become a guardian of free speech at cityclub.org.
Didn't even need
Today's
this.
forum is I also know. part of the City Club and the Community Series, sponsored by Bank of America. And coming up at the City Club on Wednesday, December 10th, we'll be hearing from a Gordon Square resident just down the street, Valerie Mayen, founder and director of Yellow Cake Shop Clothing. She'll be discussing entrepreneurship and success in today's fashion industry. She's super cool. I hope you come and see that. And after the breaks for the holidays, we will have our next Happy Dog Takes on Forum right here on Wednesday, February 4th. Every first Wednesday of the month through May 2026, if you're interested, we will be here. Thank you, members and friends of the City Club, both here and streaming live. I'm Cindy Connolly. Please tip your bartender, and this forum is now adjourned.
All right, we named it and shamed them.
Yeah.
Right?
We'll never be